you'll see that we've created an intent called, "Are you coming to my city?" And we've added a training phrase with the word San Francisco, which Dialogflow recognizes as a system entity. We could have input another city like New York or Montreal, and Dialogflow would also recognize that as a city entity. And of course, Dialogflow, you can create your own entities and add different values for those entities. So we've also added another training phrase too, which includes both the city entity and a month, which Dialogflow recognizes as a date period entity. Cities and dates, they're used fairly often in conversational experiences, so Dialogflow has built these right in. You'll see that when you add training phrases with words that Dialogflow recognizes as an entity, that the entities will instantly appear in the action and parameter section of the intent down here. Now with Janice as your Dialogflow connection manager to Chatfuel, you'll see how these entities automatically become user attributes we can access from Chatfuel. So let's now head over to Chatfuel. If we go to the month preference block that we've created here, we added 2 block redirect cards. In the first card, you'll see that I was able to select a date period user attribute, and that matches up with our date period entity in Dialogflow. In the second card, you'll see that I selected the GeoCity user attribute. I didn't need to create these user attributes. They get passed from Dialogflow, and they just magically appear in Chatfuel. Now, let's talk more about these blocks that we've created in Chatfuel. In this month preference block, you can see that we've created 2 block redirects. In the first card, for that date period user attribute, if the date falls anywhere within the month of May or no date was set, we're going to redirect the user to the on tour in May block. In the second card, if the user says something like, "Are you coming to Toronto in October?" we'll redirect them to a different block. We've created other blocks too, which we can use as conditional responses based on the data that Dialogflow receives. If we go back to the Dialogflow intent, we'll want to make sure that Janice is added to the context of the intent. And if we scroll down, let's scroll down to the Dialogflow response, we're going to add a Chatfuel block redirect as a response because we're going to respond with a block in Chatfuel. So we're going to redirect the user to this block here, and this block does a redirect to the month preference block, and then uses our conditional logic to redirect the user from there to different block responses. And you can see some of the block responses we've created with different text messaging. This one here, event info in Toronto, has a call to action to buy tickets with a link to a URL. So now let's see some of this in action through Messenger. You'll see we have our welcome message block load first. Then if the user asks, "Are you coming to New York?" Okay, we'll respond with a Chatfuel block. And let's say if we ask, "Are you coming to Toronto?" we'll get a different Chatfuel block as a response. And we can even ask, "Are you coming to Toronto this month?" and we'll get a response. Now, what if the user asked, "Are you coming to Toronto in October?" Now you can see we get a different response. So while we use Dialogflow's built-in system entities for both date and location to trigger our Chatfuel block responses, you can create your own entities and entity values in Dialogflow that are specific to your industry. And you can create a similar conversational flow in Messenger, just like we've done here.